So this is in Palestine. I went with a group of people that was organized by a group here in London, POW, and we did some things on the wall. The quote that I have here is, let me see if I can read it. Nah, I can't. Anyway, it's a quote by Starhawk about like resonance and about how any structure has a resonance, and if you match that resonance, then like with very little force you can bring down like anything because it's only as strong as like its point of attachment at its base. And the wall was really tall. It's really intimidating. You know, there are a variety of opinions about like what it means to make work on the wall or not. You know, I think that for some people it's like really important to make something that shows the world, like when you see those photos you really get a sense of scale about how like crazy, intimidating and huge and like overbearing that thing is. And on the other hand, you know, like one of the guys, like these are some kids that live in a refugee camp right on the other side of the wall, and like one of the main sort of organizers who's been organizing for like 30 years, he was like, you know, this is beautiful, we appreciate you guys being here, but we don't want to feel any sense of positivity toward this wall. And like, so it was interesting that, and I was only there for a little while, so I didn't get to like really kind of connect with the place, but I might actually be doing some more work there in the future. But anyway, so this is a drawing that I made from that experience. And then this is another project that, so I was like going over land through Mexico, and in Juarez I saw all these pink crosses painted everywhere. And I was like, asked my friend, like, what is that? And he was like, oh, I think it's from those women that are being killed. And I was like, what? Like, why don't I know about this? And like, what is that? And what do you mean all those women are being killed? And so I started to just like research about it a little bit more, and then I went with a friend of mine who's a documentarian, and we found a group that works with basically it's do you guys know about the femicides? There's like this rash of like murders of women that's been going on for like over 15 years. First in Mexico, but now it's like spread down through Central America. It's pretty sure to be tied in with the drug trade, but in this other way it's like kind of still a massive mystery.
It's been tied into what?
The drug trade. So yeah, it's like that's a sort of a whole long story. But the group that I worked with is called Nuestras Hijas, and it's a group. It's like a school teacher that lost one of her students, and then she began like organizing around. And so they put up these posters when women go missing, and like when there's like kids that are orphaned by the loss of their mothers, they like try to organize like, you know, programs and projects and like things just to like sort of continue working with the kids. And so we met up with them down in Mexico, and we did some interviews with some women who had lost their daughters, and they do different things, like they'll make these memorials, and then the memorials get knocked down because there's just a lot of resistance against like what they're doing, which is trying to bring awareness and trying to not let the deaths just. And this woman was one of the first women to lose her daughter in like 1996, and she's been organizing really tirelessly ever since. And so I wanted to make a drawing which just sort of, in a very simple way, just kind of like honored the life of one woman and tried to tell like some fragment of that story. Just because it was one of those things where when I learned about it, I was like, this is so insane and awful, and feels so intimately connected with our lives in all these ways that, like, you know, just in the sense of like it's connected to the drug trade, and like think about like all of the like just the way that all of that's like directed at the US and Europe and like our consumption, and like and this like the kind of thing that like we can be so like just so unaware of what goes into like the things that are brought to us. And so anyway, so Tennessee and I did a bunch of interviews with mothers, and then I made a drawing, and then the drawing has you see all these butterflies. They're sort of the butterflies are the symbol of the, like, are said to carry the souls of the dead. And so I drew cut out a lot of these butterflies, and then there's these little kind of earphones in there, and you could sort of pick up earphones and hear like mothers talking about their having lost their daughters, and like just what life has been like since.